Hi, my name is Matthew Stanton. I'm an educator. I've been an educator. I've worked in the public schools, and I'm currently on the faculty at Chicago Kent College of Law as a law professor. I'm also an attorney. I'm a part-time that is. I'm also an attorney in private practice, and in my attorney work, I've also had the opportunity to serve as a mediator for the court for the 19th Judicial District, as well as been appointed as a guardian for cases, and whether they're probate cases or children, represent children. I have experience as an executive board member, various groups ranging from media reform to disabled sports organization, and I'm also a father and a grandfather. And whereas I wasn't a Waukegan baby, like one of our candidates, I did have 5 babies that were born in Waukegan. And during that time, for the majority of their time, I was a single parent with my kids. And that was during the time that I went back to school myself. And I'm also a College of Lake County graduate. I think it's wonderful that so many of us that are sitting at this table have either attended or graduated from the College of Lake County. And so these are the experiences that I bring to the board. I'm doing this for our children's and our grandchildren's future. And the College of Lake County has served me well. I think it serves the county well, and that we should all be proud of it, and it's something that we should continue to polish and preserve for the next generation. Again, Matt Stanton. The question strikes me as I make an analogy in law. I think we talk about this as a difference between procedural law and substantive law. They're both equally important, and they're both necessary to work together to administer justice. Administration and the teachers are essential components, a lot like a producer and an actor. Management and talent. Really both roles, and I've worked in both roles. I worked at Columbia College in administration for a period of time. And we really should attempt to, we really hold the balance of both of those roles within us, but the tasks that we're given are different. For example, teachers can feel pressure because they are the work product, the talent. If there's budgetary concerns, that's one of the areas of expense. You know, you need to know that we're in this together as a family, and we have to balance the interests of both parties toward our goal of providing educational services. I would echo what a couple of candidates have already said, that as a board member, our role is one of oversight, one of being a watchman, being not being a micromanager, but being able to allow the administration to do their work, and also be sensitive to the position that the teachers are in and what they're doing, and supportive of those things. Well, I think the first thing that we can do is provide the very best college right here in Lake County. Provide that for students, and I think that's what we do have here in the College of Lake County. I'm not so sure that it's understood that way or appreciated that way unless people have engaged in oh, I thought you were signaling me, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Okay. unless they have direct experience with CLC. For many, including myself, when I was in College of Lake County in the 1990s, now I didn't go to high school in Lake County, but I wasn't too far out of high school by the time I moved here. And it's a community college. Community college, sometimes I hear the words, this is the, what is it, the acronym, the College of Last Chance? Is that sometimes, which is sort of a smear at the fact that it's a community college. So I don't know if that exists so much anymore today. I think some parts of it, though, do in the local population and with kids, young kids. I'm talking about the students that come out of high school now. And College of Lake County is a community college. It's not an Ivy League school or someplace where there's dorms and all that college experience that goes with it. So I think that we promote and work at presenting the College of Lake County with all of its beautiful strengths right here, homegrown in Lake County, and everything that it does have to offer, and how some of those things are great strengths, whether you're staying at home to living with your family to save money, or you're working already in the area and you're going to be choosing the College of Lake County. The other thing that I think is important to target students with outreach, with marketing, in any ways that we can, who are traditionally disadvantaged and who do not grow up with the expectation that college is going to be part of their life. There's still plenty of people who they'd be the first ones in their family to go to school. And speaking myself, that was true for myself. There was no one in the family that could give me guidance or even encourage me with the expectation that you should be in school. If you ran into a hard class or you were having trouble, the answer was, well, maybe college, maybe that's not the thing to do. That's the expectations that we get in a lot of families. We could improve our targeting for the disadvantaged, as well as students from Southern Lake County, who I think are underrepresented in the school, and I think we could improve that in some of those college students, as well as reaching out, which I think, to adult students and returning students, which are a fantastic resource for the college, not only coming in filling enrollment, but also coming back out, like you have so many people here today that have come from the College of Lake County, talking about it and understanding its reputation. I've taken advanced courses in graduate and postgraduate work at some very high institutions, and still some of the best coursework I ever took was at College of Lake County. I think diversity is the key. It's the key, it's the way forward for our nation, for our society, for our community here in Lake County. We have to learn we want to expand the concept of we. We want it to include more of us, rather than so much of it's us versus them that we see in politics today. And I think that touches us not only in the culture of the school and the student population. I think that includes, it's the question about policies, embracing policies. It's imperative that we are inclusive, and that we are inclusive in a way that is, as somebody just said, shoulder to shoulder, standing shoulder to shoulder, eye to eye, with respect, with fairness, with equality of respect to one another. This hits also close to home. I mean, it's a principle of mine, it's a principle that I live with, it's a belief of mine, but it also hits close to home as in Christmas Eve 1985, I was in an automobile accident, and one of my identical twin daughters was she was permanently injured in that automobile accident. which rendered her paraplegic and in a wheelchair. And I had the opportunity through that, she was 2.5 years old at the time, to see what it was like to have a sudden change in my demographic, the way that I looked at people. Now when I went into a grocery store or went to a family function or whatever, I was pushing a wheelchair. And I don't know if there's any other way I could have come to learn what it was like to be inside of a different skin and to do it all and have it happen all at once and to see what people's reactions, whether it was aversion, whether it was being patronizing, whether it was, you know, a whole host of things. And it really, I really took it as a learning opportunity, and to be inclusive and to embrace diversity is the way forward. And I don't know how I can emphasize that anymore. It's very important. I'm pretty confident that we could find someone from the region. But this is not a case where we would necessarily have to take anything off the table to begin with. And if that meant nationwide or worldwide, I mean, you do want to have the right person in the position. Thank you. I'll join you on the Washington, D.C. lobbying trip, if it comes to that.
And I will pay for my own trip.
And I would also agree that that there is enough wealth in this nation where we should be supporting publicly education as a priority. I agree about the funding that we're all talking about, and I think it's important that we hold our state legislators to the commitments that they have made, including in the Community College Act, to fund College of Lake County. I would agree that the importance of full-time teachers and not to cut the quality, which to me would be cutting it at its heart. If we get in a program what amounts to academic temping, we do see that happening with competitor schools in Lake County that are 100% adjunct faculty. I myself am an adjunct as well. So in agreement on the emphasis of those things, I'd also like to, what I can add is that I think the role of a trustee is to preserve what we have and to maintain it, to hold the line on that, and to continue to build on that success and to build slowly. I do not think trustees are entrepreneurs. It's not our role to take risks. We can be creative, but we have to be careful about the risks that we take with the school. And remembering that what we're doing is providing education to students. There is a college experience at the College of Lake County, but we're not a Big Ten university. And neither should we try and be. Remedial education is important. The literacy is an important issue and problem in our society. But that's not primarily what we're doing at the College of Lake County, although the doors are open for those remedial programs. Neither is the school a rehabilitation center. It's a college. And I think that if we take care of keeping that focus on the school, the college, associate degrees, training in the trades, as well as life enrichment, and providing doors through the Learning Center and through programs for people that do need that want to go on remedial before they go on, then I think we'll be doing a good job. And College of Lake County is our college. That's what I would bring. Well, off the top of my head, I'd like to have a college of Lake County Fair that would compete with the Lake County Fair. And, you know, something like that, some big annual, all-inclusive, says it all. I think that would be wonderful. It's like a homecoming or a family every so often has a get-together. So unity and spirit, belonging. I think that begins, the place to look is to begin with the students themselves, the student body, and provide the setting that would allow for that, whether that's rooms or enabling a society or a club or an organization, access to the facilities. You know, there was something called midnight basketball back in the 80s, which was often criticized these days. If you hear it, it's criticized as being wasteful government spending, but there was, actually I looked at statistics on it, and it was quite successful for a very modest expenditure. The idea, for those of you that don't know, midnight basketball was a thing that was set up in certain areas where there were high crime, there was a lot of unemployment, there wasn't much to do in the evenings, and the idea was to keep young people from getting involved in more nefarious things, was to have these midnight basketball. So I think the school is an important role as providing a setting and enabling that, and I'll still continue to think about the fair idea.
I like the fair